What we're gonna do today and for the next 2 weeks is work with this morning routine. It's gonna be 15 to 20 minutes or so, depending upon how long it takes. And the intention here really is to give ourselves some form of assessment in how I'm feeling this morning. And in doing so, gathering some information, right? And essentially waking the body up, starting at our feet, where we have the most peripheral nerves within our body is at our feet. So we're going to start with just some simple shifting or transferring our weight, which is essentially all we do when we move around. And from there, we're just going to move up the body, from the feet up, making circle movements, essentially rotating all of our joints and using the mechanics of this rotation to move blood and move fluids through our joints, release fluid into our joint cavities, essentially waking up the body, right? We just spent 8+ hours in bed, not moving. So the mechanics of movement is what allows fresh blood, fresh nutrients to move into the muscle tissues, into the joints, cerebral spinal fluid through our nervous system. All of that squishing motion only happens through the actual movement of our body, okay? So starting from the ground up, we're gonna move all the way up to the neck. And then from there, we're just gonna come to some spine movements, essentially just folding the body in different patterns, okay? And I'm gonna walk you through this. You're just gonna follow along and do it with me. Don't be concerned about doing it right. We're gonna be doing this every single day for the next 2 weeks. So from day 1 to day 14, it's gonna feel very different as long as you have the right intention that this may feel weird, but I'm learning something new. I'm doing something good for my body. And your relationship with it, I'm hopeful, is going to change over the next 2 weeks, okay? What may feel weird in the beginning may feel really good at the end, okay? And try and learn something. Things that don't feel good, notice how they feel the next day and so on and so forth, okay? Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that and see how it goes. So we're going to start first just standing and just observing. Feet underneath your hips, your knees slightly soft, maybe a tucked slight in the pelvis. Just imagine if you have a tail, just kind of tucking it underneath you. And just let's do 3 nice deep breaths standing here. So in the nose, out the mouth. In the nose, fill the belly up. Out the mouth, let it fall. In the nose, out the mouth. You can open your eyes back up. Standing in the same position, we're going to begin shifting our weight, or transferring our weight. But paying attention to our feet. We're going to start with just shifting forward. Notice how your toes kind of activate. Your heel maybe almost wants to lift off or does lift off. Hanging out there for a couple seconds, and then shifting back onto your heels. And we're going to play with just shifting forward and back for 30 seconds. Okay? When it beeps, we're then going to start shifting side to side. Very slow. Trying to keep my head over the center in which I'm standing. So my upper body is just coming with me, right? I'm not bending at all. I'm staying nice and tall. Just shifting my structure. All right? So forward and back for 30 seconds. Knees slightly bent. Just kind of noticing anything that you may become aware of. Could be some pain, maybe some tightness in your back. Just kind of observe it. Good. Now shifting side to side. Good. Now shifting in a circle, you can mirror me. And I'm kind of connecting these four corners. So when I'm back, I then connect to the left side, to the front across my toes, back across the right. Just drawing this circle. Kind of mapping out my feet, right? Transfer my weight around the edges of my feet. We're going to stay a minute in one direction. Good. Switch direction. 1 minute. Slowing down, Janet. Nice and slow. In fact, challenge yourself to see how slow you can go, right? Okay. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. Good. Coming onto one leg. So standing on, you're going to mirror me, so standing on your left leg. We're going to draw circles, or at least attempt to draw circles with my foot, allowing my knee to rotate. So picking a direction, maybe simply mirroring me, and now switch direction. I'm doing about 10 circles. Right? Balance is certainly a part of this. Switching legs. The standing leg, my suggestion is to keep that knee bent. Don't lock the knee out, that makes me more tense, more rigid, less stable. So I want my body to be as relaxed as possible. Switch direction. Notice how this rotation comes up into my hip. The more I relax my everything, the more I can manage this. Okay, from here, you're going to bring your feet together. Place your hands above your knees, like so. And we're very simply going to start drawing circles with both of my knees. And gently sweeping my knees across this front range of motion here. So sending my knees across my toes. And there's this bending and extending motion that needs to happen. Just giving my knees the little bit of rotation that they really crave. Good, switch direction. Everything's slow. Everything is pain-free. Okay, listen to what your body is saying. If you hear crunchiness, that's okay. Is there pain? Not necessarily okay. Sharp pain, not okay at all. But like a little dullness is probably fine, just kind of observe it. If it is too uncomfortable, you make a smaller circle. It could be as gentle as you want. But the idea is that we're just giving the knee this movement which it really craves. Okay. Standing up, placing your hands on your hips. My knees are directly underneath me, my feet underneath me. We're going to draw circles with our hips. So imagine I'm wearing like a Humpty Dumpty costume and I'm trying to scrape my hips all around the edges of that shell that I'm standing inside. Good, switch direction. I'm going roughly 10 reps. Everything's slow. Good. Let's come all the way up to the neck now. Still standing in the same fashion. Soft knees, nice flat lumbar. And now I'm drawing circles with my head. I'm going to bring my chin to my chest and sweep my chin to my right shoulder. From here I extend the head back. Bring my chin all the way across the ceiling to my opposite shoulder and then sweep it across my chest again. So neck circles. Again, paying attention if anything feels alarming or very painful, you do a smaller range of motion and find a safe range that you can do this without any discomfort. But trying to move just my neck, trying to isolate as much of my neck as possible. Reverse, opposite direction, slow. We'll count these reps out. That's 2. We're going to go to 10 and pace with me. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Woo. From here, we're going to come into the scapula, shoulders. So we're first just going to feel what the shoulders can do. So the shoulders can elevate. I want you to bring your shoulders up as high as you can. And your shoulders can depress. But to get down, we're just going to drop our arms and just kind of feel how much maybe we hold our shoulders up. So elevate, come as high as you can, go higher, 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 and then just drop. Elevate, inhale, drop, exhale, drop. Elevate, breathe in, exhale, drop. 2 more, elevate, breathe in, exhale, drop. 1 more, drop. Good. Our shoulders can also retract and protract. Retract or pin my shoulder blades together. Protract, pull them apart. We tend to live here. We tend to live here, forward and up. Doesn't feel good. So what we're going to do is connecting all those points just like we did with our shifting and explore that range of motion. So we're going to elevate first. From here I want to retract or pinch back. From there I want to stay pinching back, come down. Now I want to round forward while I'm down. While I'm down and forward, I elevate. All right, so essentially creating a box with my shoulders, and you're just following along. Elevate, retract, depression, no jokes, protraction, forward. And just drawing these circles, right? It seems like a square, but eventually you can kind of round out these corners. And you're following this pattern. Two more. Good, now reverse the movement. I'm coming up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down, back. May feel a little uncomfortable just because we're not used to using all this range of motion, but this is all mine. Just kind of showing you the different angles. Good. Now we're going to reverse back the other direction, really get the shoulder blades warmed up. And as we're doing this, I want you to start exploring your arm movement. So I'm just simply raising my arms while maintaining this scapular movement and seeing what's what. Certain areas might be a little uncomfortable, but go there. Just avoid any real pain. So Marshall, if you bring your right arm really high, it might be uncomfortable, but find out where that is. Where is that window where it begins to become maybe painful, maybe your body doesn't even want to go there. Reverse the motion in the shoulders. Three, two, okay. Okay. From here, we're going to start doing our spine folds and then come back to the arms. So we're going to make 4 corners and then 4 other corners. We're first going to fold our spine forward and just let your body hang. And we're going to hang out here for 10 seconds. From here, I'm going to draw my head, my chest, my spine back, just as far as I can, nothing forced, and hanging out here for 10 seconds. Feeling all this front tissue lengthen and stretch. From here, opening up the side, my rib cage. Take some nice deep breaths into your side. Opposite side. Good. We're now going to come to the corner. So we did the front, back, side, side. We're now going to go to your front left corner. So if this is my front, I'm going towards left leg, down the front side of it, and hang. 10. Stack your body, and now come opposite that hip. So opposite your left hip. Lengthen the front of the body. Good. Folding down. Opposite leg. Coming back, opposing that hip. Good. We're going to run through this 2 more times, folding forward. 10 seconds. Allowing my knees to bend if they need to. Nothing's forced. Just relaxing all my back, my arms, my shoulders. Restack the body. Lead with the head. Extending back. Good. To the side. Lengthen. Opposite side. Front corner. Opposing back corner. Front corner. Back corner. One more time, folding forward. And back. Side. Opposite side. Front corner. Opposite back corner. Back corner, I'm sorry, front corner, last one. Opposite back corner. Good. We're going to spend the next 1.5 to 2 minutes exploring the spine and the hips and kind of connecting these corners. So folding forward, moving to a corner, coming back the opposite corner, exploring the other corner, and just kind of really exploring my body and all these kind of corners that I just mapped out. So we'll go 2 minutes, and then we're going to finish with some nice arm swings. It's going to beep every 30 seconds just to give you an idea of where we are, okay? So this first time you're probably just going to watch a little bit just to get an idea. Let me do a little demo. Okay, so I'm essentially just thinking of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 corners that I just made, if you will, points, and just connecting these dots and exploring the in-between. The idea is that I'm just getting all this sort of weird articulated movement, organic movement. And be childlike, be playful with it, be explorative. Be curious in how it's going to make you feel, okay? But also being somewhat cautious and not doing anything that's going to harm you, right? But just movement's not going to harm you if you have the right intention, okay? So let's go. 2 minutes. Begin. Changing directions. Playing with rotation. That's 1 minute down. Focusing in on your hips. Shifting, doing those hip circles. Kind of mapping this out, mapping out this body. Invitation to explore. "30 seconds. Okay. Finishing up here, slightly longer than 20 minutes. We're just going to swing the arms out. So this movement is not necessarily coming from my arms. I'm trying to do this from my center. So there's a rotation happening in my center. And my arms are just coming along for the ride. Just tapping on my body. Good. Bringing the arms forward and back. I'm just letting them fall. And I notice this subtle bounce in my knees. There's a rotation happening in my chest. And this bounce in my knees is helping this whole movement become effortless. It's a lazy arm swing. And I'm just letting my arms fall and float up. I'm going to start building a little bit more momentum. And if you can, your arms will float all the way up and kind of meet at the top. Good. Coming back. Less. We're going to do this until your arms are barely moving. Thank you guys.